Yo, yo, yo! What's up, peoples? What's going on, man? Happy Sunday! Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, man. We're gonna have another fantastic day today. Doing video gaming news to start off here. For the final day of June. Final day of June, so June 30th edition of video gaming news coming up right now, and then we'll be doing a little bit more of some Chained Together with Pinky. The game's a lot of fun with a lot of falling. So we'll keep pushing, we'll keep having some fun with it and see where we get to today, okay? And I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I guess that should do it for the intro. Let's go ahead and get in it, man. Let's go. One second. Perfect. All right. Let's see what we got here. Forza fans, check your Xbox messages. What? Free copies of Forza? Horizon 4 going out to some players? Interesting. This is the one that's getting delisted, right? Pretty sure, yeah. We'll take a look at that. See what's going on. Ubi lays off 30 employees from their Toronto dev. Let's see what's going on there. We've already talked about this, actually. There's a new recording feature for the Steam beta, which is sounds like a great quality of life implementation for people on Steam's platform, players. It's very cool. I haven't personally taken advantage of it yet or tried it out, but be interested to know what people think of it for sure. Apologies. I had a sneezing fit like right before hopping on the stream, dude. My nose is all jacked up. Ugh. Kickstarted MMO Fractured Online to fully launch on July 24th, huh? Let's see what this looks like. Wow. July's about to be an incredible month for games. Let's see what they got here for us. Could we have more of this same article, please? Good night. Oh my god, dude, why does this happen? Bro, what is going on? Oh my god. We've got 2 articles that are getting just polluted through our search this morning. This is great. By all these different outlets. It's fantastic. Should Elden Ring have a difficulty slider? No. I've talked about this so many times. We're going to address it today, though. And there are going to be people that agree with me, and there are going to be people that disagree with me. And I know that. And that's okay. But I'll give my opinion on why there should not be a difficulty slider. Am I gonna have to, let me see if I can change this real quick. What was the other one? A Lego Elden Ring? You never know, dude. I mean, the Lego games, and good morning, by the way, buddy. How's the weekend going? You still got another day left, huh? You little scoundrel. Got a whole nother day off left. Are you enjoying the weekend, man? This long, nice long weekend for you. Honestly, I could see it happening. I could see them doing. This is the thing. So obviously, and this is one of the reasons that, you know, whenever, like yesterday when I was talking about like Lego games, I kind of tend to put Lego games in a basket by themselves, is because you'll take a game that has a very serious and maybe even sometimes dark and dramatic overall tone, like Elden Ring, right? And then Lego, I could totally see it being a Lego game, but Lego's always going to make the game more comedic, right? More slapstick and funny and fun, you know, which is fine. But that's just what it would be, right? So they would have to find, you know, they would have to do their thing with it to turn it into something that would be a little more. There's a lot of like Souls parody stuff out there though, which is really funny, and they could play off of a lot of that stuff that's been done over the years. I could see it happening. I could see it working. Yeah. There is a Lego Horizon game. There's a Lego Horizon game. I mean, I don't think that like a Lego Elden Ring is going to be the first thing they go after Horizon. Have you not seen Lego Horizon yet, Davey? There's trailers out there for it. We watched. It got announced on the PlayStation Showcase. I think that's where it first came out at, was the PlayStation Showcase at the end of May. We saw it there, and it's come out a couple of other times during like the early June showcases. It looks good, dude. It looks good. Even if you were kidding, I could see it happening. Elden Ring is very, very popular. And Lego tends to go for the more popular franchises, you know, to do their adaptations, and they're very good at it. So, and I mean, you know, honestly, you bring up a little bit of a almost a solution without maybe even knowing it. So you talk about, you know, we're going to talk about this, and I'll bring this up now that I think about it. So we're talking about, should Elden Ring have a difficulty slider, right? There's been this notion, and we'll discuss this in depth in a little bit. There's been this notion in the industry for a long time about, you know, should all games have a difficulty setting? That way, no matter how anybody wants to play it, they can play it. Whether or not they want a difficult experience, or they want just a soft experience and want to experience the content, you know. And to me, I'm gonna side with From Software on this one. Like, you know, this is the way that they want to express their artistic vision for what the video game is, and they do a very good job of it. And I'll you know, elaborate on this more when we touch on this article. But you know, maybe this is the solution that people need, Davey, to still be able to get a little bit of a taste of what the Elden Ring content is, even though it wouldn't be the same exact thing. They would still have some idea of what the Elden Ring content is, that don't really want to play Elden Ring itself because of the difficulty. They could play a Lego Elden Ring game.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
This guy. Thanks, dude. My dude. What's up, brother? What are you doing?
Manimus Pinky just resubscribed
My name is
for 29
Pinky.
months. Lol.
Oh, lol. 29 months. Thanks, brother. Incredible, dude. By the way, I didn't sleep real well, and I've got a little bit of a headache today, so we'll see how this gameplay goes. Yo, dude, thank you very much, Doug. I really appreciate it, brother. So, I don't know. Maybe that would be something that would, you know, appease the desire of some people to get a bit of some of that Elden Ring experience that don't want to play the game because there is no softer difficulty option. Oh, so we're starting over after 2 minutes of playing? Maybe? Or you mean starting over or uninstalling?
Vault Chaplain 707 is raiding with 2 viewers.
It's a raid, man. It's a raid. What up, Vault? What's going on, man? Welcome in, Vaulters, or Chaplains, or Vault Raiders? Chaplains Raiders? Dude, I don't know what to call you guys. What's up, Vault? How you doing, dude? Oh, Jesus. What are you playing, dude? Yeah, that Mass Effect. Yeah. Cool, man. How's it going? How's the Mass Effect playthrough going, man? That's interesting. You might have come across something there, Davey. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take 20 out of the search, as well as we'll go with minus pleasure and chance. Let's try this out. Because we, dude, what? So we only have 3 pages to look through with all of those articles? What is going on, dude? Credits were allowed? You're alright, dude. You're alright. Yeah, no worries. What's up, buddy? Wait, did you just beat it? Did you just beat a game? Did you just beat one of the games? Yeah. Yeah, I shouted you out. I knew you were playing Mass Effect, but it was ME1. Nice, dude. Cool, awesome. What was this your first playthrough? I think I asked you that, but I can't remember. Thanks for the raid, brother. How's your weekend going, by the way? No, you're an OG. For reals, for reals. I thought you had played them. Yeah. So here's what's crazy. So we've started going through our pages of, searching for video gaming news. I had two different searches, or two different articles that were polluting our searches. So every page was riddled with two different articles that were being published by all kinds of outlets. It was disgusting. So I took them out, and we have 3 pages, apparently. 3 pages of news to look through. I don't know what's going on with Google right now, but it feels weird. I've never even... I started playing ME1 years ago, and I didn't even play very much of it. But everybody keeps telling me I need to go play the entire series, At this point, though, might as well just wait for ME4, right? And then just play them all in order. No. Alright, well, I guess let's see what we got here, dude. This is a weird day to search for news. We're getting some weird results here, man. The First Descendant. I'll pull this up. I'm not planning. I played the beta of this. I'm not planning on playing The First Descendant unless I have other. I think Ferret's gonna play it. You play it now. Yeah, dude, I've got so many titles. It's actually on the schedule. It's on the schedule listed as like one of those side items of something we need to try to get in if possible. It's just so hard. Kappa? So, where is it? Mass Effect Trilogy right there. Yeah. Got it in there, dude. Just need to get it actually in the schedule at some point. Wait. Rogue Trader is just now getting its first patch? What? Hold on. Tinwin played this on release, and he actually played a lot of like early access of this too, like beta stuff, maybe even alpha. And he was... By the way, this is Owlcat, if you guys don't know. Yeah, you're good, Vault. Owlcat's the developer behind the Kingmaker games. Davey. Okay. So, Tinwin had a lot of hopes for this. He's also a Warhammer fan. And, ultimately, felt pretty good about it, if I remember, whenever it first released. But as he continued to play the game, he started noticing more and more issues with it as he continued to go through it. As a matter of fact, I think this is right here. He recommends against this game right now. And he has 143 hours played in it, dude. Tinwin does. Yeah. We can look at what he said. But, dude, this game came out in December. If this is true, this game came out in December, and this is the first patch they've had since release? Are you for reals? No. No, that's not true. You can see it. There's patches, there's updates that have been going out. Yeah, well, what's this article stating it like that for then? That's weird. Let's see what Timwin said about this anyways. Yeah. Gameplay's good, story and writing spectacular. Easily be an amazing new CRPG. Game in current state is not functional. Upon reaching later chapters, genuine gamble, 50-50 shot on bugs, glitches, breaking your run, making playthrough impossible due to important scenes not playing out or dialogues not loading. Some choices are straight up not even available on some menus, and multiple cases of choosing a dialogue resulting in you being kicked out of the dialogue and not being able to talk to the NPC again. That feels really bad. Yeah, that kind of stuff does not make a game feel fun. Yep. But what is this? This can't be... We'll read into this. They've had patches. It's weird. Wow, there were some banger old PlayStation games, man. From things like Tony Hawk to like Final Fantasies, you know, like PlayStation 1 and 2. God dang, dude, what a great time in gaming. Phenomenal. God of War stuff. You know, I mean, dude, there was just some insanely cool stuff going on PS1, PS2 times for reals. Gaming Bible, no. What? There's already a free code to claim for ZZZ? I don't believe you, man. No. Oh, whatever, brother. Holy crap, we got ZZZ codes, dude. Let's go. Dragon's Dogma 2 is the best game of 2024 and perhaps forever. I disagree. I think it's a very good game in large part, but it had its downsides. Firstly, microtransactions should have never been in that game. There were issues with that game, like anytime you died and the game reloaded, you reloaded without health. And that was a mechanic they introduced in that game on purpose to try and get you to buy like wake stones. You can play that game without having to buy it, but they also it's really gross. Their save and load mechanic and everything is also built around trying to entice you into buying microtransaction items as well. The save and load mechanic in that game is horrendous. They don't show you what your load state is. If you load a specific load state, which, what was it, your last end save or whatever, it automatically overrides your auto save or whatever. Why? You know, but it's even if whenever you're going to load a save state, it doesn't even tell you what the save state status is that you're loading up, what the game time is, what area, nothing. You know what I mean? There's things like that about that game that made it feel pretty bad. Content-wise, phenomenal, so good, you know. But there were things about it that will forever leave a dark cloud over that game. And it's because they built it around microtransactions. They really did. It feels terrible. Whoa, dude, Pal World Season 868% increase in players following summer update. Pinky, you just want to play Pal World today, dude? That way I don't have to worry about falling off stuff with a headache. If we're playing anything like that, we would have to start Sons of the Forest anyways. I cannot wait to start playing Pal World again though, dude, for reals. As soon as that game goes full release, we are going to be the very best. Like no one ever was. You know? That's right. Soup wants to play. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. You know what's going to be really funny? Soup's talked so much trash about that game, but, you know, it's going to be hilarious if he ends up playing it because his girlfriend wants to play, you know? His girlfriend / waifu, you know? Because apparently he can't tell his girlfriend / waifu no, you know? Oh, there he is. Yeah, brought him out of the woodworks, didn't we? Hey, man, you would totally play Pal World if your girlfriend wanted you to, huh? Yeah, you know. You would. Try and deny that. You know it. I love it, bro. No, how am I supposed to say no to that? Brother, she's gonna make him stay there and hook at the base while she goes out and hunts for pals. She'll be like, you stay here and cook me food so I have something to eat when I get back. Bro, that's so funny. What's up, Soup? Yo, we got ZZZ codes already, brother. Literally asked me to build a Sakura Palace or something in Minecraft. Just did it in 72 hours. Oh, brother, no way. You're grinding Minecraft builds for her. I love it. I love it, dude. Oh, it's so funny. What's up, brother? Happy Sunday, man. Oh, you're funny, dude. Look, Helldivers 2 losing 90% of its player base. You know, this is actually the same thing that most live service games go through this. Helldivers 2 stayed peaked, dude, for a long time. Helldivers 2 is a legitimate contender for a lot of awards this year. Watch. And but this is the reality of live service games. If you're not bracing for the fact, no matter how good your game is in a live service sphere, to you know, have this crash effect at some point, you know, it's always gonna have. Pal World had it happen, and everybody's like, "Oh, Pal World's dead. They lost all their player base," and it's like, no, man. It's just a matter of people finish content, they play other things until new content comes out, right? I mean, that's the way this works. And sometimes you just play something enough, you get a little bit burnt out, so you need to play something else and then come back to it. People, if a game's good enough, people come back, you know? So This is that time. Helldivers 2 stayed up there for a long time, dude. Found a sample. Wait, what? The Sony thing really hurt the play race. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there. They screwed that up. Sony biffed that hard, dude. But, and that was unfortunate for Arrowhead, let's be fair here, you know? It wasn't even their fault. Sony really botched that, dude. Cash, what's up, buddy? What's the found a sample? What? Yeah, El Sony, dude, for reals. They handled that. They handled that very poorly. Very poorly. Oh, it's from Helldivers? Yeah, I haven't played it, dude. Yeah, sorry. Right over my head, dude. But I came real close to playing it. Is that what it is? You get samples in it? Gotcha. Oh, okay. Is it? They just yell it every time. They just yell it every time. I'll tell you what I haven't played. I'll tell you what else I haven't played, Soup. Suicide Squad. I didn't waste money on that game. I didn't waste money on that one. As a matter of fact, I didn't waste over $100 on that to buy into early access that you couldn't even play. Every time they yell it out, that's really funny, dude. Yeah. If you would have done like the whole, you know, for democracy or whatever, I would have known, but yeah. That's right, baby. I'm gonna have to come harder than that, son. But I mean, this is the reality of the live service, industry. It happens. Dad, Q&A time. Oh, Jesus. They yell that stuff out too. Yeah. 3 months of Game Pass from Discord. Okay. Sipping up a glass of Liberty. Nice. That's funny. What's there to even do? Do I use it? Well, I mean, why would you not use it if you have 3 months of it? Yeah. Play games, bro. Do you even game? So to redeem like today, 30 June, you get 90 days of it. It'll tell you when it expires, but it'll be like 90 days. I think it runs on a 30-day cycle. I think that's what they mean by a month. It's a 30-day cycle. So because of the variance in days per calendar year, or per month of calendar year, it would get weird. I think they just do it actually on a 30-day period. No. If you start your subscription on 30 June, then you'll have 30 days from that time period. I mean, at 30 July, your first month will be up, finished. 25 June would be 25 July. You get 30 days. Got it? Alright, cool. Yeah, they're not gonna be like, yo, buy a month of Game Pass, and then if you buy it on like the 28th, you only get 2 days of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Been hooked on the Tunic Rando. That's awesome, Cash. I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. I'm glad that that you've got a different way to get more joy out of it. Yo, by the way, dude, today starts Games Done Quick, guys. Games Done Quick. Today through like the 6th, I think. June 30th through July 6th. Let's go. SGDQ. That's right, baby. So, as always, I'll promote this. Funny enough, dude, it was just like, what, yesterday that I was doing the news, and I was like, dude, there's got to be a GDQ coming up. And so I looked it up, and it's today, starting today. Oh, PB's going to be there? No way, dog. Awesome. Yeah. What did he play? What was the game he played? Are they doing the same game? Gyromite. Nice. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I'll promote this. We'll talk about this. That's I love GDQ. It's a great organization. They do a great amount of help raising money for charities, dude. It's good stuff. Concord will require a PSN account on PC despite Helldivers 2 controversy. I have an article. I think I actually made an article. Did I? Did I get that done? I didn't even get that public. Nah, that's private. I didn't get it made public, I don't think. Oh well. Basically what I've said about this situation, whenever it was going down, when it was going down with Helldivers, it felt terrible, and it was really bad form. Well, but you know, we'll just continue this discussion since we've got this this article right here. I'm not going to dive into this article, but this is what it is. Gamers in general are not real thrilled about having numerous libraries, right? Different launchers, platforms that you have to go play through, or even, for instance, like playing on Steam and then having to, you know, kind of be chained to a launcher to launch a game that you actually should just be able to launch straight through Steam, or, you know, things like that. It gets real just gross having to deal with keeping up with so many different libraries and so many different places and so many different launchers and things like that. But the reality of the situation we're living with right now in the gaming industry is that companies, and we'll use Microsoft as an example here because they're the most prominent one right now, are becoming more and more open to the idea of releasing their titles on as many platforms as possible, right? We all know Xbox is doing this right now. They're taking their first party titles and they're pushing them out on competitors' platforms. They're trying to get them in as many gamers' hands as possible, because nowadays that's more lucrative than exclusives. Really, you're still gonna have exclusives, but it's long run gonna benefit, right? Now, what that means is, ultimately, you have to expect this, because these companies are still going to want numbers. So if you're playing what was at one point an Xbox exclusive, they're still going to want you to log into their platform so they can count you as a member of their platform. If you're playing a Sony exclusive on PC after it launches on PC, they want you to log in on PSN so they can count you as a number on their platform. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I think as much as we are disgusted by this notion and it sucks to deal with it, and Sony did a terrible job of handling it with Helldivers 2, this is the reality that we have to deal with as gamers right now. What up, Psych? Yo, random up. All right, dude. Bleed Purple, dude. We hadn't had Bleed Purple in a long time. And Prime Me. He's playing King Griffey Jr. baseball? No flipping way. Dude, that was one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, dude. That was one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. I loved that game. Jesus. You're such a troll, Soup. Ah, dang. Oh my god, dude. Nice, Davey. Let's go, man. Man, we're just jamming. We're just jamming. Anti-Namco Summer Sale has me emptying my wallet. Yeah, look, I mean, the Steam Summer Sale is impressive, alright? There is a lot to get your hands on here if you've been waiting for games to go on sale. I mean, it's a time to get your hands on some content right now. Steam Summer Sale itself is just pretty impressive. A lot of titles there, so might be a good time to go look at your wish list and sort it by discount and see what you can get. Nice, Cash. So, Syank and Cash, did you see where the Stars traded away? Crazy enough. And the rights to Tanev to the Maple Leafs? I mean, he was going to be an unrestricted free agent. You know what I mean? So basically, they have rights right now to just try and get a contract done with him, right? I mean, he was going to be unrestricted anyways for us, so we were like, yeah, cool, you know? Because I don't think that we were going to... Yeah, trading the rights, yeah. So, kind of wild. I mean, I like Tanev a lot, but I didn't think that we were going to try to re-sign him, you know? Yeah. I do think that we're trying to get Duchesne back. It sounds like we're trying to re-sign Duchesne. But I got a lot of questions about our defense has holes. It had holes last year. Tanev was a huge help in filling that in the stretch. But that's my biggest thing. We need to pick up some people in free agency for defense. It's a huge need for us. I got to see what we're going to do. I just found that quite funny, you know. Good old Maple Leaves. Yeah. All right, let's get in here, man. Let's get into these articles. Pal World sees an 868% increase in players following summer update. How you guys feeling about your teams? I know that Syank is pretty psyched right now about the draft picks for the Habs, boy. He's straight chugging maple syrup right now, you know. Just jacked. No more Pal World? It sounds like the Islanders did a pretty good job too, though, Cash, from what I had read briefly. Following its meteoric rise to success earlier this year, it unexpectedly saw Pal World become one of the most played games of all time. Of all time, Soup! Get wrecked, nerd! On Steam, along with selling over 15 million copies in its first month and generating $500 million in revenue. Hey, Soup, you know what kind of game this is? Agreed. Yeah, Cash, sounds like it. This is an indie game, by the way. Indie game right here. Soup. Just so you know. The game has since fallen off as players moved on to other titles, which was expected by the developers, who even encouraged players not to feel bad for leaving the game while waiting for new content. But the recent summer update has added lots of new content to Pal World, which has resulted in an 868% increase in players. According to Steam database, Pal World dropped to just roughly 14,000 players on Steam before the summer update. Following the summer update, that figure has risen to 135,000, a 767% increase. Figure will no doubt be great news for the studio and shows the game still has an eager audience for fresh content. Yeah, man, that's pretty impressive. With the overwhelming success of Palworld on PC and Xbox, it's been teased that PlayStation port could be on the way. They've even kind of teased it in a tweet themselves. Don't expect it on the Switch, not because of its similarities to Pokemon, but for now, players on PC and Xbox can check out the new Sakurajima, is that what it is? Sakurajima update, which includes a brand new island to explore and catch pals on. PvP is finally here, as Palworld now has the arena mode that pits players against each other, and the level cap has been increased to 55, which players are already finding daunting due to the steep experience curve. Yeah, baby. I cannot wait to the full release. Oh my god. We're gonna go hard, baby. We're gonna go hard. Hard in the paint. Awesome. This game was so much fun. I mean, it definitely was, you know, you could feel the polish it needed, for sure. There was issues with you know, a lot of the PAL AI and stuff, especially when you're working at the base and everything. They would get just glitched out and wonky, and you know, they get stuck on certain pieces of environment, wouldn't be able to move around. And but ultimately, for what the game was, even on, you know, on release of early access, the content was just so flipping good, dude. Yeah. Wait, what? What are you referencing, dude? I don't even know what I did. What are you referencing off of? What did I say that you're referencing off of? So the I don't know. I can't wait for the full release. yeah. Heard. Yeah. Like Amber Heard. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, bro. I didn't know what that came from. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Just watch out, dude. You don't want to, you know, keep her away from beds, you know. She hasn't been potty trained. Can't wait for the full release, and it's good to see people are getting back in there and experiencing the new content. It sounds like a lot of good stuff that's been added to the game, by the way. We've been covering a lot of what's coming to it. Zenless Zone Zero, which we are going to be playing, coming up very, very soon. Oh, yes. On the 4th. This game releases on the 4th. Preload, I think, starts on the 2nd. Isn't that correct? Zenless Zone Zero is releasing very soon. There's already a free code to claim. So this is a Hoyoverse game, if you're not aware. This is basically the Genshin killer, right? Venti's dead, right? So this is their new game, Zenless Zone Zero. It's been hyped for a while. It's going to be the same kind of situation as Genshin. It's going to be a multi-platform title, cross-play, cross-progression, stuff like that. So, PlayStation 5, PC, mobile, iOS, Android, you know. And it looks like it's going to be fun. We'll see. It's a gacha game. You have to, you know, understand what you're dealing with going into it like that. But we're going to play it a little bit here, and we'll see how it goes and see how it feels. And if it's fun, we'll continue to play around with it a little bit. But very common, the big free-to-play titles on mobile offer reward codes almost daily. What is surprising is that it would also be done by a game that hasn't even come out yet. Such is the case of Zenless Zone Zero, a new action RPG created by MiHoYo, creators of the massively successful Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, which is set to release worldwide on July 4th for PS5, PC, and mobile devices. This is the code. I'll link this for you guys. It's not working because the game is not out. What? But oh, your code for Game Pass. I was like, dude, quit trolling me. What do you mean it's not working? If it's not working for you, why would it work for anybody else? You baiting people? Unlike what was seen in Genshin Impact, Zenless leaves the open world behind, focuses more on offering a narrative experience in the purest anime style with story beats between characters and certain elements that are reminiscent of the Persona series. When it comes to combat, the game takes on shades of hack and slash and focuses on pure and simple action. So what I'll do is I'll link this in case anybody wants this right now. to hold on to until the oops. No, you should use it. Why aren't you gonna use it, dude? I mean, it's generous of you, but why? It's gotta work. There's also this here. Take a look. If you want to, at least on PC, here. This is Endless Zone 0. Oh, it was a 3-month, like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a 3-month deal. You said it was like through Discord or whatever. That sucks. I hate when they do that. Yeah, didn't read that fine print, huh? I have to set up. I mean, you could just set up a different account for Game Pass, dude. Yeah, if you wanted to. Just set up a different Game Pass account, you know, like a new one, and just use your 3 months that way. All right. Yo, if anybody wants 3 months of Game Pass and you've never had a Game Pass membership before, Soup is very generously offering. But you have to have not ever been a Game Pass subscriber in the past. Hit up Soup. If you want to take a look at Zenlist, this is the link to it on Epic. You can get to their webpage and everything from here and stuff too, though. Yeah. And you can pre-register. This is the big thing. So right here, there's a pre-register button. And if you pre-register, you get some free goodies when the game releases. Yeah, man. As well as don't forget your code. I just think you like to hate on Xbox is all it is. That's what I think. I think that you're just such, you know, a go hard PlayStation person that you just want to crap on Xbox all the time, and that's why. No one plays on subscription services? That is not true. That is not true. Let me learn you. On Game Pass alone. Now, and understand this. There are many video gaming subscription services out there, right? So I'm just giving you a taste of one because it's one of the biggest ones. But Nvidia, GeForce Now is huge, PS Plus is huge, right? So let's just take a look at the fact that there are 34 million paid subscribers that enjoy this service enough. 34 million. So I don't know that maybe your nobody uses subscription services statement there holds a whole lot of water. You know? Alright, let's get back in here. Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader receives its first patch. This is not true. It's had other patches. This is weirding me out a little bit. Owlcat Games released their first official patch. Is this what it is? Official patch for Rogue Trader. As they have added a ton of new content and upgrades, the team also released a brand new trailer this week for the upcoming release of the game's first DLC, Void Shadows. Have the patch notes below, 2 videos for you to check out as the update is now live. We'll watch this, but I'll read out the balance. So there's game balance, adjustments, deep rebalance of out-of-service turns, buffs to sanctioned psychers and pyromancy, tuning of scaling in the late game, and much more. co-op, play together from the start. Up to 2 additional custom mercenary characters are now available, and the prologue co-op in this could be really cool, as long as they fix the bugs. Other improvements include custom portrait transfer, save file size reduction, and desync fixes. Quality of life and UI, improved inventory sorting, tooltips, combat log, and level up screen. Quests are now marked on star systems and more. Location NPCs, updated pathing, visual effects, cover placement, backgrounds, and improved NPC appearance and variety. New dialogue for secret companions. Fixes and updates for existing dialogue, fixes for epilogue slides. Rumor zones are now highlighted on the map. Cutscenes and animations are improved with timing, cameras, and additional animations. Audio and visual effects have been fixed for abilities, auras, creature animations, and more. And new sound effects and corrections to voiceovers. New item icons and localization improvements and typo fixes across all languages. This is, I don't know why they're saying this is the first patch. It's not. This game's had many other patches. I verified that myself when I found this article this morning. What up, Anubis? How you doing, buddy? Happy Sunday, bro. Okay, Soup. You're such a troll, dude. Go get your flippin' orange mocha frappuccino. And then get your butt back in here, dude. Alright, let's watch this real quick. I wonder if,
Lord Captain, as per your request.
Bruh. I hate this. I hate when they embed and you can't maximize
I
it.
prepared a report on that group from the lower decks that caught your attention.
I need to see if Tinwin's going to plan on playing this anymore.
Named the Bloodspun Web, worshipping the Emperor by sacrificing his foes in the darkest depths of your void ship, in places where even your most capable enforcers have no influence. Although the rituals of the Bloodspun Web may seem outright disturbing to outsiders, it has been serving House von Valancius for generations. The Spinners, too, fought against the thrice-damned heretic.
You'll get the thumb.
Your predecessors paid the cult little heed, but new threats compel you to change that. Kibella, the cult's most accomplished assassin, has been given the honor of serving as its second spinner. Her devotion and her deadly combat skills have already been proven beyond a doubt. She has professed her desire to cut down enemies in your name, to defend you from those who lurk in the shadows. So, Lord Captain, will you accept my service?
I got something you might be interested in, Doug. Cool. August 8th, man, if you're interested. I'll talk to Tinwin and see if he's planning on playing that some more. Here, Anubis. I don't think you were here for the news yesterday. I got you, Doug. Check it, bro. Come on, where'd it be? Sorry guys, 1 second. Am I tripping? Why do I not see it? Okay, no. No. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Got it. Dude, I was looking straight over it. Here you go. Check this out, Anubis. There's the Delta Force Hawk Ops game coming out. There's a link in that article that I just put in chat. There's a link within the article that I just linked that you can actually sign up for, I think, alpha testing that's getting ready to start. So if you're interested in doing a little bit of some alpha testing on the new Delta Force Hawk Ops game, it's right there, guys. Anubis and anybody else that's interested, by the way. Linkception for real. I know, that's the way I was feeling about it. We got all the nested linking going on, you know. Yo, here we go. Feels bad, man. Ubisoft lays off 30 plus Ubisoft Toronto devs so it can, quote, deliver on its ambitious roadmap. So 33 members of Ubisoft Toronto staff have been laid off. In a statement to press, Ubisoft said the layoffs were part of a targeted realignment necessary to ensure it can deliver on its ambitious roadmap. Ubisoft Toronto has decided to conduct a targeted realignment to ensure it can deliver on its ambitious roadmap, a company representative said in a statement to PC Gamer. Unfortunately, this will impact the roles of 33 team members who will be leaving the company. We are committed to providing comprehensive support to them, including severance and career assistance to help through this transition. Unclear what departments have been affected by the cuts or how this may impact Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake that the Ubisoft Toronto was recently brought in to support. However, they insist that the plans remain unchanged and the teams are working to deliver on the Splinter Cell remake and other projects at the studio. This is just the latest in a long line of studio shutdowns and redundancies and marks an unflinchingly miserable time for games and the people who make them. Yup. Yeah, I was getting ready to talk about this. By the end of May of this year, not even halfway through the year, we were more than 10,000 people had lost their jobs in the industry. And that is almost as many as we had in the entirety of layoffs of 2023. It's a bleak look, man. It's not stopping. I really, I was really hopeful. I remember doing the news segments at the very end of the year last year. And I remember last year being so rough because we just never, it felt like we never got to quit talking about layoffs. And I remember discussing how much it sucked reading about it every single day, and how I was hopeful that the turn of the year would give us something better to look forward to and not having to deal with as many layoffs and stuff. And it's been actually exacerbated to an even greater extent now, unfortunately. So as bad as we thought last year was, this year is turning out to be horrendous. Actual nightmare fuel for layoffs in the industry, man. Terrible. Let's see what this is. I don't know that I've heard of this MMO. Kickstarted MMO Fractured Online to fully launch on July 24th. While an official launch date is cause for celebration under normal circumstances, it seems doubly so for the rough road that MMO sandbox Fractured Online has experienced. After being kickstarted for $130K in 2018, the title merged into Gamigo's fold in 2021, only to be kicked out of it the year after and exit early access altogether. Dynamite, the studio, regained control and came back to early access late last year, leading to the big announcement this week. Fractured is fully launching on July 24th after 7 years of development. This release will coincide with a new server, Elysium, to run parallel with the current one, Genesis, reduced PvP-specific zones, and revamp the tutorial. Currently, there are no plans to allow character transfers from Genesis to Elysium, though. As an 8-person team, we are proud of the insane accomplishment that is Fractured Online. Seriously, no sane person would embark on developing such a game starting with almost zero budget. Time to bring our dream sandbox, MMORPG, and our 20,000 backers, plus all the followers who haven't bought the game yet, into the next era of its lifetime, said the studio. Let's take a look at this. Do you guys know what this is? Well, so it has been in early access. You can see right here since September of 2022, it's stating, apparently it's kind of been pulled in and out of it a little bit from what we read. Full launch on July 24th. Let's just watch a video here and see what we got. It is a daunting task, I think, to take on this type of game with an 8-person team. Ambitious. Didn't look bad, but it's got mixed reviews right now. I'll link it if you guys are interested. Take a look at it, see what you think. It is got a full release coming, and who knows? Maybe it will improve from what people maybe have experienced in early access. Maybe. Download First Descendant right now. Yeah, we're getting ready to talk about that. I've got an article up. Or I thought I did. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I totally skipped it. Boop. There it is. First Descendant release time, date, countdown, and how to preload the game. So, the first half of 2024 has seen some great video game releases, and the second half is just as exciting, beginning with the First Descendant. The First Descendant is a very unique co-op third-person shooter. It will be free to play on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Here you will find the release date and time countdown for when the game will come out. You will also discover how and when you can preload the First Descendant. So, 120,000 players have been caught playing the First Descendant, accidentally thinking it's, or playing the Descendant, accidentally thinking it's the First Descendant. A lot to anticipate in July with the long-awaited arrival of Fortnite, Pirates of the Caribbean crossover, as well as the Delta Force Hawk Ops alpha test, which is linked here. Awesome. I was just talking about that. Exclusive to PC. While there is stuff to anticipate next month, the launch of Nexon's free-to-play co-op looter shooter is arguably the most exciting. Subjective. The release date and time countdown is nearly over. You will be able to preload in advance on PS5, Xbox, and PC. So the release date, July 2nd. It is going to be on PlayStation and Xbox, as well as their previous generations of consoles. It's going to be on Steam and not Epic Games. Free-to-play game. It is going to release at 12 a.m. Pacific Time, 3 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. BST on July 2nd. All right. They've got the times listed here and everything. I'll give you my impression of this game, okay? I played beta of this, and it was beta. Now, what I would say is that it felt like a mashup of take like Destiny 2 and Warframe. And they kind of had a baby. They had a little baby. But the thing that was kind of rough for me was that for what I got to experience in the beta, and I don't know if there was going to be changes for the full release, if they just didn't have everything there for us to taste, I don't know. But there's it felt very repetitive. Very repetitive. It's got this like semi-open world kind of situation going on, and it's like, go do a quest. And the quests were always like, almost always one of like 3 things. It was like, protect the node, kill all the enemies, you know, those kinds of things, right? And it was just like, there wasn't anything unique or engaging about the quests or it was just, the gameplay felt good. The game played very well. It was polished. The beta felt good. It ran really well. It was just, it got real repetitive real fast, and that's a rough thing to experience in a game like that, where it's like a loot and shoot game, you know, and you want to be engaged. You want things to feel fun and exciting and engaging the entire time you're out playing around and taking down enemies and gathering your loot and stuff like that. And if it just feels real bland and boring and repetitive, dude, a lot of people are going to lose interest real quick. But again, it was the beta. I don't know if all the content just wasn't there, if they weren't giving us all of it, if they changed things. I have no idea. But that was my take on it. So personally, I'm not really looking to play this on release, as what I experienced was pretty polished, but it just didn't feel great for me as far as the content. And I think we have some community members that are going to play it, and if people are going to play it, I would love to have some feedback about what your experience is on the full release of it. I'll link this for you guys though. I already did it. I'm ahead of myself. Should Elden Ring have a difficulty slider? Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I know we had talked about that, Ferret. Yeah, I was kind of referencing you as one of those people. Yep. You'll have to let me know. Okay. This is... everybody has a hot take on this, right? It's not just about Elden Ring. It's about gaming in general. Gaming in general, especially the Souls-like games that don't normally have a difficulty options or a difficulty slider. Okay. Everybody enjoys their games in different ways, and there are people all the way across the spectrum from, you know, absolute masochists that just want to play games in the utmost painstaking, most, you know, handicapped, difficult ways that you can. And that's not me. That's well beyond me. I play games on the hardest difficulty all the time, but I'm talking about people that play on like hardcore, no save, you know, like no checkpoint kind of playthroughs and stuff, you know, all the way down to people that really could give no cares about any kind of even moderate difficulty. They enjoy soft gameplay, and they just want the experience. And each of those is great, and everything in between it is phenomenal, right? The thing about video games is that people get to play games and have fun playing games the way they want to play games. And I say this quite often, and this is one of these areas where I contradict myself a little bit, because what I say in large part about video game development, in my opinion, is that the more options that developers can give gamers, the better. But this is one of those situations where I side with developers on these games where they're bringing an artistic vision to what their title is. And it's supposed to be a certain difficulty. That is the experience. They don't give you difficulty settings because it's not meant to be experienced in any other way. All right. What's up, Axel? I'll take a look at what you're saying in just a moment. To get this sentiment out here first, and I'll see what you're saying, and then I'll read this. Ultimately, I very much appreciate video game development, the art behind it, in all of its forms, you know, whether it be the writing, the voice acting, the music, the, you know, graphic design, I mean, you name it, everything. And I think all of that encompassing is as a whole an artistic vision for what an experience is supposed to be. And so if a developer has this vision of a game supposed to be played in a particular fashion regarding a difficulty level, I'm going to stand behind them on it. And it's probably easier for somebody like me to say that too. I'm not blind to that, okay? I'm not blind to that. So I am somebody that plays games on a very high difficulty all the time. You know, I play games on the hardest difficulty probably 95% of the time. And so while I'm not necessarily the utmost of masochists and playing like hardcore runs with no saves and, you know, severe handicaps and stuff, I do play the hardest difficulties almost all the time. And so I'm not averse to playing very difficult titles. So therefore, I'm probably going to be a little bit more biased about being okay with developers doing this. Whereas if I was closer to the opposite side of the spectrum where I didn't care about hard playthroughs, I just like softer playthroughs and I just like the experience, I would probably be a little more empathetic to the side of the gaming enthusiast community that wishes these types of games had difficulty settings. It's a tough thing. It is. And what's funny is Davey brought up something this morning. Davey brought up something this morning. He was kind of teasing a little bit and just, you know, having a laugh and saying something about it should make Elden Ring into a Lego game. And it actually got me thinking. And while, you know, we all know that like Lego games definitely get altered to be a little bit comedic and slapstick, and, you know, they're not a true representation of, you know, canonical lore and the universes they represent and stuff like that, but they do give you an idea and some kind of experience, and it's fairly closely related, you know what I mean, in large part to what the world is and everything. I mean, it brought up an idea about, you know, what could be done on that front. Now, I don't really see Lego jumping on, let's make an Elden Ring game, or even FromSoft being like, yeah, let's let you make a Lego Elden Ring game, right? But ultimately, it is actually a kind of a wild thought that if they were able to do that, it would almost be a solution to this situation. It would potentially give those people that don't want to play Elden Ring for the difficulty and a way to experience maybe what some of that content is kind of like in a more fun, obviously less gnarly way, while FromSoft wouldn't have to worry about doing difficulty stuff, you know? So I don't know. It was just a weird little thing that came up this morning and got my brain kind of churning a little bit. I know it's not something that's really viable and we wouldn't see happen, but it was an interesting thought. My philosophy is either have one standard difficulty setting or go all out and make it so the game can be as easy or as hard as you want. Don't have fake easy modes that have false endings. If you don't want gamers playing on easy, then don't design an easy mode. I've seen it done a lot of different ways. One of the things that really irks me is the opposite side of that. Like I'll tell you, a game that I love in Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb had 5 difficulty settings, and I played it on the hardest one, and it felt soft. It felt incredibly soft. It didn't feel hard. And that's kind of the same thing, but the opposite side of what you're talking about, right? I hated that. Usually in the middle somewhere. Sometimes I'll replay a game on higher difficulty. Nice sight. Can always count on sight. Usually in the middle somewhere. Sometimes I'll replay a game on higher difficulty. Other times I just want to play it again just for the story and lower the difficulty just to get through it. One thing I don't like, making only certain story options available based on difficulty. Yeah, I think gatekeeping stuff based on difficulty is, you guys know I hate that. That stuff pisses me off so bad. On PC, I go in all the time and make changes for first playthroughs, because a lot of times on PC, especially on older games, it's easy to go into the configuration files and just change a number or two and trick the game into thinking you've already played it, so you can get unlocked higher difficulty levels or difficulty options to play, right? And so I've done that on a lot of my playthroughs. First time playthroughs, but the game thinks I've already played through one, so I can get a harder difficulty to play on. You know, I think I did that with like Dead Space games and stuff like that, right? Whether it be, you know, gatekeeping content like Ferret's talking about, or keeping other difficulty settings or whatever, I feel like I hate seeing developers do that. It drives me crazy, dude. You know, it's so gross. Nice, Axel. Cool, man. Shouldn't have a slider, but it should have accessibility options. Well, that's an entirely different discussion there, Vault. Yeah, I mean, look, here's my thing. If you want to get into that whole rabbit hole, you know, I mean, that's, we can go on and on and on about that, right? So, yo, I own original collector's edition Demon Souls. PS3. Get wrecked, nerds! So accessibility options should, you know, again, what I'll say is we're progressing. We're not where we need to be in the industry, right? We're not where we need to be in the industry with accessibility, but I promote accessibility all the time. Yeah. So accessibility is very important. We always need to keep progressing with it. The thing that I really hate on the side of accessibility also is that you get developers who try to play this, oh, we're making games accessible, when really what they're doing is including options for the player that should just naturally be part of their game development, like key mapping, key binding, FOV sliders, stuff like that. It's like, brother, that's not accessibility. These are default settings, dude. You know, do real accessibility stuff. You know, captions, yeah. Like, you know, like, get wrecked. Gatekeeping the wish. Oh, you're talking about the Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Yeah, yeah. RGG and Sega locked the. I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, locking, you know, content behind paywalls. I mean, we're getting into all kinds of different stuff here besides difficulty sliders. You know what I mean? But you know, we'll read this now, and you all make great points, but let's get into the meat here. This author says, I understand From Software's whole deal is that its games are meant to be incredibly difficult. I also think adding a difficulty slider so some players can use an easy mode wouldn't in any way reduce the quality of its titles. I know. I disagree. And Miyazaki has stated as well that this is not something they ever plan on doing. It would change what their games are about. It will change the way their games, you know, everything about what their games are, you know, and I respect that. And again, I'm a bit biased because I play hard games, and I try to put myself in other people's shoes in this situation, but I just, out of respect for the developer in their vision for what the game's supposed to be, I can't help but side with them on it. Adding a difficulty slider literally hurts no one. Not true. You're not seeing this from the developer's point of view, because the gamers who like the challenge can still use the default settings. Not having one hurts anyone who wants to play the games like Elden Ring, be a part of the conversation in the gaming community, but struggles with the gameplay. Yeah, I do think that's one of the worst parts about not having a difficulty slider. There are a lot of people that have a lot of trouble, even with disabilities and stuff, that can't play games. And let me say this. I don't think a game like Dark Souls is still going to be super easy even with a slider, dude. You know? So I don't know how accessible that's still going to make stuff for people that might have issues like that. But, I mean, you know, it is one of those accessibility kind of topics when you're talking about a game that is incredibly difficult. And there are people out there that want to access, they want to, you know, they want to experience that content firsthand. They don't want to watch somebody else play it. They want to experience it firsthand, but they can't, you know. But again, I mean, dude, I've got such a passion and love for good developers, good content. FromSoft is lacking on their PC performance side, so they've got a little, you know, they'll get a little bit of guff from me on that side. But ultimately, I mean, I think they are a good developer, and you know, I respect their stance on following through with what the vision is for their games. And I know it's off-putting for a lot of people because they're like, I want to play this game, but I don't want to play a hard game. I know it's rough to deal with, but I think you have to respect it from, you know, if you're a gaming enthusiast, you know, it might not feel good. I do think you have to respect it from the developer's point of view as well. That's one of those debates, dude, that is just going to forever be there. It will just forever be a part of gaming. It's just something that it's really hard to find middle ground on that. You know, you're always, it's always going to be a divide. You're going to have people that are okay with it. You're going to have people that aren't. You know, just is what it is. Forza fans, check your Xbox messages. Free copies of Forza Horizon 4 are going out to some players. If you've purchased DLC for Forza Horizon 4, despite playing primarily through your Xbox Game Pass subscription, a copy of the game could be on its way to you. They're delisting this game, by the way. We just talked about this in a recent news segment. Forza Horizon 4, developed by Playground Games and published by Xbox Game Studios, is being removed from Xbox Game Pass and delisted from storefronts. Playground Games has announced that the game is in end-of-life status. Players who purchased a digital or physical copy of the game will continue to be able to play it after it is delisted. Xbox has begun issuing copies of Forza Horizon 4 to players who purchased DLC for the game but access the base game via Xbox Game Pass. Interesting. Yeah, so this is what we talked about. Being removed from Game Pass, delisted from storefronts. So basically, if you purchased the DLC for the game, but we're accessing the base game via Game Pass, you are quite possibly going to be getting a copy of the base game for free. So check your emails, man. Interesting. Here, if you need this, I'll link it. See what you guys are saying real quick. Well, here's your other issue. So, FromSoft will ban you. So while, you know, the Soulsborne games in large part are usually thought of as like single player games, they are also have a multiplayer aspect to them and everything as well, you know. So I know you just specifically referenced single player games, but when we're talking about a difficulty slider kind of issue, and in large part Souls-like games are the biggest, more prominent genre of game, and you know, the Soulsborne games themselves, right? But they all have that component to them. And FromSoft will wreck you for doing stuff like that. They don't want people using crap like that. You know? So there's also an obstacle there on that front. So, again, it's just part of their vision. Yeah? I mean, they want the game played a certain way. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm saying. Full-on built-in cheats built in that game. That's what I'm saying. Though they won't do that because that changes the difficulty of the game, right? So that's exactly why they won't do it, right? By proxy, that naturally just is just decreasing difficulty. Yeah. So game's done quick, my peoples. It is happening. Game's done quick is popping off. It is time. Starting today and all the way through the 6th, it is 24 hours a day of speed running. Yeah, baby. Check it. So they're popping off right now. I'm gonna link their We Don't Like Ads. This is their Twitch page, okay? This is their Twitch page. And GDQ is an amazing organization. If you're not familiar with GDQ, I try to promote them as often as possible. It was weird. Yesterday I was doing the news and I was like, man, just something popped in my head and was like, there's got to be GDQ coming up. And it starts today. So they work with Doctors Without Borders and the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It's a very cool organization where they raise a ton of money for these organizations, and it's all about getting gamers together and having fun, doing speed running and raising money for charities. Even if you're not a speedrunner yourself, I think as long as you have an appreciation for video games, you can have some fun with this. There's a lot of different cool games that get run. I'll show you the schedule in a second. And, quite often there'll be records that get broken and stuff, and a lot of hype gets built up whenever people are getting close to breaking records. And it's an in-person event you can go attend. Again, it got kind of shut down in that fashion once the pandemic stuff started, but they're back to doing in-person events. But it's also streamed live on Twitch and YouTube, I think, as well, and their website, which I'll link this. But you just they've got all kinds of stuff too. If you donate, right, then you can get yourself in the running for winning all kinds of cool, like, could be collectible gaming stuff, could be actual software or hardware peripherals, and they do giveaways and everything throughout the events, and they'll do big events throughout the year. Usually there's a summer and a winter games done quick, and then they do Femme Fatale, right? They do a Femme Fatale as well. They've got a few different events they run each year that are pretty big, and it's all about just raising money for charity. So I'll read this real quick. What is Games Done Quick? It's a series of charity video game marathons. Events feature a high-level gameplay by speedrunners raising money for charity. Games Done Quick has teamed up with several charities in its 9-year history, including Doctors Without Borders and the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Currently the largest fundraising event globally for both charities. To date, Games Done Quick has raised over $45 million for charity. 45 million. Awesome. We also average over 3,000 people in attendance at our events, including staff, volunteers, runners, and attendees just looking to have fun and support the event. It is really, really cool stuff. This is one of those channels that actually gets promoted on my own channel whenever I'm not live. If people check out my channel, it'll be one of those channels that gets promoted out all the time. I love Games Done Quick. It's an awesome organization and deserves to be supported. So check them out, man. It's really cool. I'll show you the schedule. Here's their site. I linked their Twitch there as well. So where's it at, dude? Right here. I think this is going to be it. Yep, SGDQ 2024 games list. So you can see they'll do like showing, usually they have like an actual schedule. Where's the actual schedule at? Yeah, there's Femme Fatales as well. Games Done Quick. Event page schedule right here. I think this is it. There we go. This is it. My bad. So we would be on today, and it's fine. They've got it set up very well. You can have it set to your time zone, show completed runs, show runs only, stuff like that. So looks like this pops off at about 3.5 hours from now. That's when the pre-show starts, and then 30 minutes after that, it all kicks off with Yoshi's Story. Yeah. And then it'll go into Minecraft Dungeons, Mega Man 9, Ratchet & Clank, Splatoon 3, Pokemon Violet, Halo 2. I mean, look at all these games they run. It's incredible. And what's cool about the schedule right here, and I'll link this as well, is that it shows who the speedrunner is, Yeah, it shows who the cast is, meaning, or what the speedrun category is. Excuse me. The cast. This is the speedrunner. This will be the commentator for it. Other people that would be hanging out for the speedrun on the basically couch or whatever there. You'll see if you're not familiar. But it's very cool, man. It's very cool. And their schedule has been updated. The schedule here is very, very nice. I like this. Support games done quick, man. It's great stuff. Awesome, awesome, awesome organization. Yeah. Final article for the day, and then we'll go follow a lot. Okay. This is your heads up. July is about to be an incredible month for games, guys. Back in May, we were drowning in a surprising deluge of new video games. A lot of the month's best releases felt like they came out of left field thanks to indie gems like Animal Well and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Around that time, it was common to see players wondering where so many killer games came from, despite the fact that many had positive buzz coming off streams like Day of the Dead's. Quick glance at July's release calendar, you would probably make you think that we're in for quite a month of games. Aren't many heavy hitters on the docket. The biggest release is arguably Final Fantasy XIV's Dawn Trail expansion. There is a bunch of hype from those players for that, which will follow successful updates for Elden Ring and Destiny 2. Yes. Beyond that, biggest games may sound relatively niche. First Descendant, we just talked about. Yes. Become a new live service success. And the new MiHoYo Zenless Zone Zero, which we will be playing in like roughly 4 days. Sure to get some buzz. It's when you start diving deep into the indie scene that you'll start to find some hidden gems. The first half of July is especially loaded in that regard. Devolver. I love Devolver. We'll give players a hectic action game with a long-awaited Angerfoot. Oh, nice. Dude, Angerfoot looks cool. On July 11th, which could carry the same high-octane charm as games like Hotline Miami, that will be closely followed by the Cozy Flock. On July 16th, colorful action platformer Bow, Path of the Till Lotus on July 18th, and Skim on July 18th as well. Calendar gets especially hectic at that point. July 18th brings both Dungeons of Hinterberg and Flintlock The Siege of Dawn, two very different games that are set to make a splash on Xbox. The latter may not be your cup of tea if you don't love Souls-likes. I've gone hands-on with the Dungeons of Hinterberg and feel that the Alps-inspired action RPG could be one of this year's best indies. Interesting. For more nostalgic players, July 18th will also see the release of Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. Collection, which has earned some positive buzz from recent previews, turns old Nintendo games into bite-sized challenges similar to the Nintendo Remix series. Another potential sleeper hit drops the very next day with Capcom's Konutsugami Path of the Goddess. This game looks really wild. The unique tower defense action hybrid was the talk of this year's Summer Game Fest, even making it onto our list of the best games we played at the show. I didn't know that was so close to coming out. Nice. If that sounds a little too out there for you, July 19th will also bring a Madden alternative in EA Sports College Football 25. I wish anybody, not anybody, but I wish a better developer would have gotten this game. Jesus Christ. Not gonna rant, okay? While a little lighter, the back stretch of the month hides some potential hidden gems. A relaxing painting game launched on July 23rd impressed me when I played it at Summer Games Fest 2 years ago. That same day, we'll also see the launch of a star named Eos, a puzzling adventure from the makers of the very charming Behind the Frame. That's all rounded out by Arranger, a role puzzling adventure on July 25th, which was just an official selection at this year's Tribeca Fest. Those are some of the highlights. There's way more than that coming in July 2. Earth Defense Force 6, Evil vs. Evil, the new Dimpaman, and even a Switch port of Apple Arcade's standout Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Splintered Fate, all pad out the rest of the calendar. I will link this if any of these sounded interesting, all right? They've got links in here. There you go. Perfect. That's the news, my dudes. Happy flipping Sunday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, man. Thanks for being here this morning, as always, and being a part of the news segment, man. Staying current on what's going on. in the world of video games. Awesome, awesome. We're going to go play in just a moment. We're going to head over and play some Chained Together, continuing our gameplay from yesterday. I didn't sleep well. I have a headache, and I'm also already not very good at parkour in video games. So, I hope Pinky has re-upped on the mead. Because he's going to need it. But we're going to have a great time, man. It's going to be a great day. As it always is. If anybody's hanging out, you're not familiar with what we do. This is how we start off all of our streams, 6 days a week, every day but Wednesday. We begin with video gaming news, just trying to stay current on what's happening in the industry. You know, it's important to a lot of us as gaming enthusiasts, as well as for me to try and promote a healthier environment and industry for all of us as the consumers of these products as well, all of us gaming enthusiasts, you know. So that's what we do. And after we finish, like we're about to do right now, we pivot over and we start playing games for the rest of the day. So amazing community here all the time. It's all about just enjoying playing video games together. We do play a lot of games together, as well as, you know, just having great friendships, making friendships, and presenting a space that everybody can come and feel welcome and invited and safe in, you know, have a good time enjoying what we all love to do, which is play video games. So if you can dig that, man, come be a part of it. We're always looking to grow our community in the right way and bring in more people to this awesome space that everybody helps make better and better every single day. Cool. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Sunday. But we're not going anywhere. We're going to hang out, and we're going to have a lot of fun playing Chained Together. So I'm going to run us an outro real quick and finish up this video gaming news segment here. But as soon as it's over, I'll be right back up here, and we will start getting ready to play video games. You guys rock. I'll see you in 1 second.